In a chaotic kingdom, the king continuously elevated the standard of living to appease the people. He ordered the construction of magnificent palaces, held grand feasts, and generously rewarded the citizens with material wealth. As the kingdom's prosperity grew, wealth, fame, and power became the goals everyone pursued. Yet beneath this facade of prosperity, seeds of greed and corruption quietly took root. Faced with this silent crisis, the aging king decided to visit Laozi, a wise man who lived in seclusion in the mountains. The king, accompanied by his entourage, traveled through forests and valleys, finally reaching Laozi's humble hut at dusk. Outside the hut, a tranquil bamboo grove swayed gently in the breeze, far removed from the noise of the world. The king respectfully bowed to Laozi and asked, "Master, I have done everything to provide for my people, but greed and conflict have only grown worse. How should I govern this kingdom to ensure peace and prosperity for my people?" Laozi gazed at the distant sky, his eyes filled with profound wisdom. He calmly said, "Do not honor the worthy, and the people will not compete. Do not value rare goods, and the people will not steal. Do not display desirable things, and the people's hearts will not be troubled." The king furrowed his brow, clearly not understanding the meaning behind these words. Laozi smiled and pointed to the bamboo grove. "This bamboo forest holds the answer. The bamboo grows side by side without fighting for space, yet it forms the strongest grove. You, in your pursuit of wealth and fame, have unintentionally caused your people to fall into competition. If you wish for the world to be at peace, you must learn the principle of non-action." The king, puzzled, asked, "Ruling by inaction? Isn't that doing nothing?" Laozi shook his head. Non-action does not mean doing nothing. It means not acting forcefully or artificially. Governing a country should not rely on suppressing desires through power, but on allowing desires to naturally diminish. When you do not display wealth or fame, the people will not fight over desires. At that moment, the wind in the bamboo grove suddenly stopped, and the world seemed to fall into a brief silence. The king stared at the still bamboo, as if he began to understand something. Looking at Laozi, he asked, "But if I do not use force, how do I prevent disorder?" Laozi smiled. "Water benefits all things without contention. By following nature, everything finds its balance. If you can lead the people to live simply and away from temptation, their hearts will not be disturbed by desire, and society will naturally find harmony." The king reflected on these words, and a realization dawned on him. He had focused too much on distributing power and wealth, neglecting the inner peace of his people. He decided to slow down the court's extravagance, reduce the emphasis on wealth and fame, and let the people return to a simple, fulfilling life. In the story's conclusion, the kingdom no longer flaunted wealth and luxury, and the lives of the people gradually became more modest. Society returned to balance, and Laozi's principle of ruling without action not only saved a kingdom, but also left behind invaluable wisdom for future generations.